Hello everyone, I'm back with another recipe. It's called baked sweet and sour chicken. Baked sweet sour chicken. So it will be baked instead of putting in the what do you call it? Not the I was gonna say dough in the batter and then deep frying it in oil. It'll be baked and I'll make it with some rice. Okay. So to start out with, I did cut it all up. Now, there's a couple of different scenarios. I'll be going back and forth over there to my computer to look at the recipe. If you want to see the recipe, you can go on to Facebook Cooks. Look on it on Facebook and go Facebook Cooks. That's what it's called. And you'll see the recipe. Just put in baked sweet and sour. Okay, and it'll come up. Right now it's at the top of the page because I commented some stuff on there and it brought it back to the top. Okay, now when you first find it, it'll have a list of ingredients. And then where it says see more, click on that and there'll be a link you can click on. So you can see the rest of the ingredients and the instructions on how to cook it. Now, when you do see the ingredients, they won't be exactly the same as the ones that you see when you first bring up the recipe. You know, you'll just see a list of ingredients and then it'll have the link, click and go see more. Now, when you click the link, it shows orange juice instead of pineapple. Why would they list the ingredients on the outside different than what they did when you click the link? I don't know, it's weird, but just a heads up so you can double check before you go shopping for the ingredients, okay? Now, it says orange juice instead of pineapple juice. On the first list of ingredients, it says pineapple juice, but then when you click on the link, it says orange juice. So you can use either one. Pineapple juice is the most main one used, but either one. And it says the basic ingredients, you know, brown sugar. Let me see. Let me take you with me so I don't walk away. Brown sugar. Black pepper and salt. Now, when I clicked on the link, it says 1/4 cup of sugar. Just says sugar. But on the outside, it says brown sugar. So just remember it's brown sugar. It says sugar. I guess you could use white sugar because it would confuse anybody when it just says sugar. But I know brown sugar it makes things sweet, so it's okay. Then it says ketchup. Ketchup is not listed on the ingredients when you first bring up the recipe. And it says vinegar. That's not listed either. Okay? And it says orange juice. But on the outside, it says pineapple juice. So you can use either one. And it says 2 chicken thighs or 2 chicken breasts. I'm using more than that. I'm using chicken tenders. Because it said 2 pounds of chicken tender chunks. That's what it said on the outside. You know, when you first bring it up before you click on the link. Said 2 pounds of chicken tenders, and it said brown sugar, salt and pepper, I think it said, and pineapple juice, okay? But when you click on the link, you'll see it, okay? It says, I'll turn it around. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it says 2 chicken thighs or chicken breasts. So you can use chicken tenders, whatever you want. Mine is going to be probably a little more than 2. It's a bunch of chicken tenders. 250 milliliters of natural orange juice, it says. I'm using pineapple juice, and 250 milliliters is 1 cup, okay? 250 milliliters is 1 cup. And 150 milliliters of vinegar. That's 2/3. That's what it says. That's what it said when I Googled it. But on here it says... Let's see. 100. Yeah, about 2/3. It was about 2/3. But my ingredients going to be a little bit more because I'm adding more chicken. Plus, it wants you to be able to cover it because it's going to marinate for 3 or 4 hours. Okay? It says 1/4 cup of sugar, I'm doing brown sugar. It's brown sugar. I guess you could use white sugar because it just says sugar, but on the ingredients on the outside it says brown sugar. And you know, brown sugar and orange juice, pineapple juice, and all that stuff is like a Hawaiian-y thing, sweet and sour chicken, so you know, brown sugar. And then black pepper and salt. There's no measurements for that. 1/4 of a cup of sugar, 1 cup of ketchup. There's ketchup too. 1 cup of ketchup. It doesn't say it on the outside, but so click on the link if you check out the recipe. But it's 2 chicken thighs or chicken breasts, chicken tenders, whatever you want to use, 250 milliliters of orange juice or pineapple juice. That's 1 cup. 150 milliliters of vinegar. That's about 2/3 cup. And I was reading somewhere you could use rice vinegar too. So you can use white vinegar or rice vinegar. 1 cup of ketchup, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and pepper and salt. Okay? Mine will probably be, most likely will be sea salt. And that's just to season the chicken before you marinate it. Okay? Now, somewhere along the way, and it could be in any part, you will be cutting the chicken up into chunks. Okay? Because this is going to be baked in the oven. You know, regular sweet and sour, you make a batter and then put it in there and in the oil and so forth. But anyways, you can take the chicken breast, thighs, tenders, whatever, and just put them in the marinade stuff that I'm going to show you how to make. You can just put it in there. Make sure it stays covered. If it's not quite covered, you can flip it while it's, you know, after a couple hours. Okay? And then when it's done marinating, you can sear it. It doesn't say the word sear, but it says just lightly brown both sides and then put it on the baking sheet and bake it in the oven. Now, it's here it says 190 degrees Celsius. And I don't know why it's labeling it that way. So I looked it up, and if you convert it right, it says 374 degrees Fahrenheit. So to make it even, I'm just going to go with 375, okay? And it says for about 30 minutes. Give or take, check your oven. If you're making it whole, do it to 30 minutes. But you know, if your oven cooks a little faster or a little slower, okay? And with any piece of chicken, you can sear it. But if you decide after you marinate the chicken to cut it up in pieces, then you don't have to sear it. You don't sear the little chunks. Just spread them out on the cookie sheet and bake it at 375 for 30 minutes. Or check on it, since they're already chopped up, they might cook a little faster. So check it at, 15, 20 minutes. Okay? Now, if you want to, you can bake it whole and cut it up after it's cooked. After you marinate it, just sear the chicken like I told you, and then put it on the pan, cook it, and then cut it up. Okay? Or you can do what I did. I didn't even marinate it whole. I marinated it. I'm going to marinate it cut up. I cut it up before I marinated it. So, wait, what did I do? I'm looking for something. Oh. So, it could take a lot less time to marinate if you cut it up beforehand. So you can cut it up before you marinate it, or after you marinate it, or after you bake it in the oven. Sear it, brown both sides, bake it in the oven for 30 minutes, and then cut it up. Whatever way you want to do it, whenever you want, okay? Now, I spread it out because I'm not baking it now, as you know, because it's got to marinate. And it's, it's still, it might be, I can't see the time. My phone is the only place that has the time. Oh, my computer does too, I'm sorry. 12:14, so. I spread it out there so I can, sprinkle the salt and pepper over it and then mix it up with my hand. Because I washed it and then I took a rag and I squeezed all the juice out of it. so it won't be too wet. And I'm going to sprinkle salt and pepper all over it, mix it up, and then I'm going to put it in with the marinade that I'm going to show you how to make. But it says to use a flat pan and pour some on there. A lot of times when I do marinades, like when I marinate with Worcestershire sauce, can't say it, with steak, I usually put the steak in a Ziploc bag and pour the Worcestershire sauce in there because I can lay the plastic bag flat. Or you can put it in a container, mix the marinade in there, and then dump the chicken in there. Because it says put it on a flat pan, like a sheet pan like that. Pour it all on there, and then if it's not enough to cover it, you can mix it up and flip them over after. That's not why I put it on the pan. I put it on the pan so I can mix up the salt and pepper. But yeah, so I was thinking about a Ziploc bag, so I might mix it up either in a Ziploc bag, or I was thinking a container like this. Because then after a few hours, instead of just flipping it, I can just shake it up. So I'm thinking. But I'm still going to use a bowl to mix the ingredients up for the marinade, okay? All right, let's see. See, it did something. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm going to put you back up here on my stand. Checking something on my computer. Okay. For the recipe. Okay, so if I'm looking at my chicken, it might be like, instead of double, it might be like, you know how like if it says 2 pounds and you do 3 pounds, that's not quite double. It's like half of the original. You know what I mean? Okay, so like if it calls for 1 cup of pineapple juice, I'm going to do 1.5. So if I did like 2 pounds of chicken and I did 3, then 1 cup of pineapple juice would be 1.5. Or 1 teaspoon would be 1.5 teaspoon of a seasoning. Sorry, I saw something on the floor. But so half of, not quite double, but half. But if I notice that it's not enough liquid, I'll do like 1/4 of a cup more of the liquid to make a little more. I can always make a little more. Okay? I bought pineapple chunks. I have one recipe, I don't think it's this one, that said pineapple juice or pineapple juice with chunks. So I decided to do that anyways with this one too. Instead of buying the just pineapple juice, I bought the pineapple juice with chunks because I got to think about how kind of would be done. I think because the marinade we're gonna put in the pan and put it on low and let it heat while the chicken is baking for 30 minutes, or it might take less than 30 minutes if you already got your chicken chopped up. And if you use chicken breasts, depends how thick they are. But if you use chicken breasts, I recommend you get the thin or cut them in half or pound them down. Don't make them too thick. Because if it's really thick, I'd prefer, it'd probably be better to cut it up ahead of time so it doesn't take too long to cook. But anyways, and it's if you're cooking a whole chicken breast or something, it's 165 degrees is the temperature the chicken should be to stay done, okay? All right, so to reduce the liquid and warm it up and everything while the chicken's cooking, then you can pour it over the juice, over the chicken and your rice or whatever you make with it, okay? And I was thinking like near the end when it's almost done, put in the pineapple chunks. Because when you get sweet and sour chicken from the Chinese sometimes they have little chunks, pieces of onion. Well, I'm not doing it. And green pepper and red pepper and pineapple chunks. They always do. So I'm going to put some pineapple chunks in there and I do have bell peppers cut up. I didn't plan for it, but I had them cut up in little pieces because I have one recipe I'm going to be doing coming up that takes one bell pepper. But I cut a whole bunch up and freeze it and just use it. Unless I need strips, then I wait on that. But what I might do is I still have a few of them left, mini sweet bell peppers. I might just cut them in strips. They'll be small strips because they're not a big bell. But I might do that to put, or just cut them in, pieces, but not as small as like the ones I froze. Use my mini bells so I can use them up. There's no green peppers. There's only like red, yellow, orange. But usually it comes with bell peppers too. It's good. So, and I'm going to make rice. Okay. So, yeah, spent 15 minutes showing you everything, talking, checking everything out. So let's get started. Sorry it took 15 minutes. I was looking at the recipe. I was trying to explain some stuff because, when you click on the link, it has a couple of different ingredients that weren't on the front when you first look up the recipe. When you first see the listed ingredients, when you click the link, it had the ketchup, the vinegar, and it said orange juice instead of pineapple juice. And it says sugar. It doesn't say brown sugar. It just says sugar. But I'm assuming it's brown sugar because brown sugar is what you make in there. It says it on the front. And vinegar, you could use white vinegar or rice vinegar because I looked it up. So either one can be used. And then it has ketchup on there, and ketchup wasn't on the front. So when I make, it's some kind of hamburger helper recipe, something by Rachel Ray. It has brown sugar and ketchup and Worcester sauce. It makes, and it smells so good. So yeah, the ketchup in there is going to be good. Hopefully, start getting our stuff together. It's a cup of ketchup, so it should be a cup and a half. Hopefully this will be enough. Because we don't use a lot of ketchup. We used to. I do sometimes. Like when I have French fries, sometimes I use Chick-fil-A sauce. Sometimes I use ketchup. Sometimes I use ranch, whatever I'm in the mood for. There was one time I put a tiny bit of several different dipping sauces and I used it. But yeah. So I didn't buy ketchup when I last went shopping. Which I will be the next time because this might be gone. So hopefully this is a cup and a half. If not, I just have to use what I got. Okay? Okay, so let's see. Let's get all the ingredients out. I was going to take them out before, but I didn't. Okay, so the chicken's already cut up. I got the cans of pineapple out. Got the ketchup out. The sugar, I got the salt and pepper out. I just need to get the vinegar. So I really do got, and the brown sugar, it's out, but it's right here. Okay? So I got that out. Now let me see. I did have a bunch of bottles of different stuff. Now it's going to be hard because I can't reach at the top. So, it's going to be hard, but, okay guys, I'm still here. What I'm going to do, I have this tall chair, and it's tall. It's got stuff all over. I don't know where all this stuff on the seat's coming from. Just wipe it off. Sorry, guys. I just can't stand all that stuff on there. So, okay. Don't mind me. I'm going to take my shoes off. This chair spins. See? But I think I can see it. I remember what the rice vinegar bottle look like. So I am getting it. Now, if I didn't have enough, I would use white vinegar along with it. Cause see, rice vinegar. See, I got about. Cause it was a couple of recipes that I've used it before, and that's why. Okay. So I'm just going to leave the chair there so I can put it back when I'm done. Okay, let me get a bowl. Okay, got a bowl. Let me turn this back around. Okay, so. All right, so right now, and I'm going to end up washing my hands when I'm done because I'm going to be touching the chicken right now. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle salt on it and pepper on it. Then I'm going to use my hands to mix it up. Then I'm going to wash my hands, okay? So. There's the pan of chicken, okay? And I'm using sea salt, okay? I ended up buying some kosher salt. I don't know how. I wonder how kosher salt would taste just on a meal. But I bought it because there was a recipe that called for it. Okay, and I got some pink Himalayan salt. I got a small grinder thing. I just wanted to see what it tastes like on food because everybody talks about how good pink Himalayan salt is. And you can use that in place of sea salt as well. So, just, okay. Sprinkle a little bit of that. Let me see, what did I do with I was looking what I did with the pink Himalayan salt. I was thinking of opening it and sprinkling a little bit on there. Here it is. Okay. And see? Grinder. And it's got 3. So I can do it real fine or medium or coarse. So I'm going to keep it on the small. Okay. Now, let me open this. I didn't put as much sea salt on there because I wanted to add a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. Okay, so that's about that. Okay, now I'm going to do, looking for what I did with the pepper. You can use regular, just pepper you want to shake on there, but I have a grinder. Because I have a grinder, when it asks for a measurement, it's hard to measure. That's why I used to have one of those small, just pepper shakers they sell in the store. The disposable ones, not the ones. Yeah, just for when I have to measure. But it's... Okay. So I did that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and mix it up and then I'll wash my hands. Okay? Because, you can see some juice. Liquid I call it. From the chicken on the foil. That's why they wanted you to dry it. And I did squeeze as much out as I could. That's because there was a slight frozen and it probably thawed out a little bit sitting here more because it was almost. Okay. Now I'm probably going to end up touching the chicken again. Unless I use a scoop or something to put the chicken in the bag. But that's okay. That will be after I've already mixed the sauce, the marinade or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Just been using the paper towel. I had a towel that, you know, you dry dishes with or dry your hands. But it was time to go in the laundry and I haven't pulled out another one, so I'll just use paper towel for right now. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and mix everything in the bowl. While I'm doing that, I'm going to make my final decision. Do I want to put the chicken in a Ziploc bag or do I want to put it in a container? Because if I wanted to put it in the container, then I can mix everything in the container. But I think I'll do it in the bag because I can lay the bag flat like this. And the juice will be everywhere and I can smush the bag around again. So I'm going to do it in the bag. Okay, here's my bowl. Okay, so try to find a place. I'm going to put it on the chair so I don't have to keep walking far away. Okay, so I said 250 milliliters of pineapple juice. It says orange juice here, but it's pineapple juice. And if you only have orange juice, that'll work just as well. That's 1 cup. 250 milliliters is 1 cup. It even shows that on here. So let me go ahead. Put that over here. I'm going to start out. I have this big can. And I had bought 2 of those big cans and 2 of these for my other recipe as well. But if I don't have enough, I'll have to buy some more for my other recipe. But I'm going to start out with the big can. Because it's 250 milliliters. And it's, like I said, that's 1 cup. And I'm not quite doubling it. Just 1.5 of it. So that would be 1.5 cups. Or 125 milliliters. That's half of 250. So that's 375 milliliters. But I ain't going all there. It's 1 cup. But I'm doing 1.5 since I'm doing 1.5. Not quite double, but. And this is a 2 cup. So I'm going to cut up. One of the chunks fell in there. Okay. So, that gave me it gave me 3/4 cup. So hopefully, if I open this little one, 3/4 and 3/4 is 1 cup, so it took 2 of the big cans. Oh, but I already did that to it, so. Alright, let's go. Oops. Okay, so it did not give me enough. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I knocked over my chicken broth. That was in the... Okay. So I'm going to have this left. I'm going to have to go get some more. Yeah, I don't need a lot of chunks, so what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go... I have that little can, so I'm probably going to buy 1 can of this, or I might buy 1 more can of this. Just for the chunks. Yeah, 1 more small... I might buy a small can, because... What did I say? I already have a small can, so if I buy a second small can, then I'll have 2 small cans. And then I'll just buy some pineapple juice separate, so. Oops, some was spilling. Okay, just a little bit more. Okay, And I'll put this in a container and put it in the refrigerator. And if I don't use all the chunks, which I probably won't, I'll just save them. And I know them. I had a paper towel, but I don't know what I did with it. That's okay. I'll get another one. Oh, here it is. Sorry, guys. I just use it just to wipe my fingers because it has some juice on it. Okay. So that's about 1 2/3, almost 1 3/4. A little more than 1 1/2 I wanted, but there was a tiny bit of juice left in that big can. I should have just used the big can first, but the second big can first, you know. Okay, so I got that in there. Let's see what's next. 150 milliliters of vinegar. Like I said, 2/3. That's what I saw on the phone when I looked it up, about 2/3. So I'm not doubling, so half of that, I'm only doing part of it. So 2/3 and 1/3, half of that, makes 3/3, which makes 1 cup. And what I read that rice vinegar is more sweet. It's sweeter. It's all gone, so I will have to get me some more rice vinegar. Guys, hold on. Sorry. Sorry guys, I just wrote it down on my thing real quick so I'll know. Okay, so that being said, this says distilled white vinegar. You can use white vinegar, but I don't know if there's a white vinegar and a distilled white vinegar. I don't know if there's a difference. But these can be used for cooking too. Oops. Yeah, it says for pickling, salads, and marinades, and you can also use to clean your coffee pot. So, I poured it, I wanted to do 1 cup. It went just a tad over, but that's okay because the pineapple juice went a tad over too. Okay, so that's taken care of. Alright, so what do we need now? Because it says the freshly squeezed orange juice, that's what it says, but I use pineapple juice. And you don't have to use freshly squeezed orange juice, you can use store-bought, and you can use pineapple juice, which pineapple juice is the main juice that you usually use in sweet and sour, but you can use and the sweet and sour that you get from McDonald's, when I was reading, it also did mention that that's not even orange juice or pineapple juice. They said something else, some other fruit juice. So, okay. So let's say vinegar. I got the pineapple juice and the sugar. So the orange juice or pineapple juice, whichever you use, the vinegar, the white vinegar or the rice vinegar, whichever one you want to use or have, and the sugar, the brown sugar. Mix that all up and stir it for a while so the sugar dissolves. And once that's done, we'll add the ketchup and stir it again well so it integrates with the previous sauce, so the ketchup gets all mixed up. Okay? And once everything is mixed, we taste the sauce and correct the flavor according to how intense we like it. Okay, so it says you can taste it and see if you like it, I guess, more ketchupy or more pineapple sauce or more orange juice or more vinegar or whatever you like, okay? Just taste it, okay? So let's do the sugar. Let's go back up. I forgot. Okay, 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Now, since I'm not doubling it, I'm doing half of a double, so that would be like 1/8 of a cup. So it would be almost half of a cup, just a little bit less than half of a cup. Because you add 1/8 of a cup onto 1/4 of a cup. I don't know if there's a measurement for that. It 1/3 or a little more, so almost half a cup, but like 1/8 of a cup less, so yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is my 1/4 of a cup. It was in the sink, yes, just sitting in the sink. I'm just drying it because I used it this morning just for regular sugar to put in my coffee. Don't ask me how much sugar I put in my coffee. Ha ha ha. Okay? So, let's see, where did I put it? Here it is. Alrighty, so my brown sugar. I like to get it, I gotta get a container so I can keep it more. I had a container that had this little, it's like a little round flat thing that keeps the sugar, the brown sugar, salt. Because I used to get it in boxes, but this was given to me. I haven't opened it yet, but now but I do got a clip to close it, so, okay, so, I'll put it on my, the rubber cutting board I had. I cooked it on chicken, but the only thing sitting on the cutting board is the bottom of it. So in case any brown sugar falls off, it falls onto the cutting board. Okay, because I didn't cut it all the way across to put the measuring cup in there. So I'm pouring it out. And I'm pushing it down. Like packing it. Okay. Get a little bit more. Okay. That's all. Okay, so now half of that 1/4. Okay, so just a little bit more because over. Okay, guys. So that's taken care of. Just stand it up over here. Let me wash my hands. So I got brown sugar all over it. And since it was just brown sugar and it's nothing major, I'm going to use the 1/4. See, that's all. It's just got a little bit of. I'm going to use it to measure the ketchup so I don't dirty up another one. I'll just do it 4 times. 6 times if I'm doing a 1.5 cups. Yeah. Okay. And I feel some stuff from the butter on the floor plus some pineapple juice. I'll have to clean up the floor afterwards. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I know it's taking. This shouldn't take this long, but I was explaining stuff to you guys. Sorry. Okay. Back this up some. So y'all can see me stirring the bowl. See, okay? I'll show you. See? No, that didn't work. Can you see that? See? Okay. Stir up a little bit. Make sure that brown sugar gets all mixed up in there. Okay, and you can stir it with a fork if you want, but a whisk is the best. And usually, you know, like when you stir your sugar in your coffee, the bottom, if you put, like I put my sugar and creamer first. So when I'm stirring it, I can hear like scraping from the sugar. But once that sound stops, that means the sugar's all dissolved. So I was hearing some kind of scraping like from the brown sugar, but I don't hear it anymore. I just hear scraping up this on the bottom. But, so it's integrated. Okay, 12:45. Alrighty, guys. Sorry, 41 minutes just to prep this because I was talking too much and doing stuff. I'm sorry. Hopefully, the second video that I do when I add it onto this time, it won't be as long. Okay? I'm thinking of whether I want to come do a video showing me taking the chicken out of marinade, putting it in the pan, and showing me warming up, or you know, we'll see. We'll see, because it's 30 minutes in the oven, so I don't know if I want to keep y'all another 30 minutes. Okay? Alright, so, now the ketchup. Now the ketchup. I may do a stir in between. Okay. Let me get a... Hold on, guys. Gotta get a plastic spoon. And the front of this door is coming off, so I have to have them fix it. It's already, like, bent in. It always was, but... Okay. Well, since I'm doing a cup and a half of 1 cup, I might just go ahead. That's 3 half cups, so I'll just do half cup, stir it, another half cup, stir it, and then the third half cup. And then that'll equal. Okay? And that'll equal. Stir it up. I know I gotta learn how to do better on my videos, because right now it's at 40 some minutes and all I'm doing is making the marinade and showing you guys. Okay. So it shouldn't have took that long. But I was trying to explain to you also, because the ingredients were a little different from when you see them listed. Oh, and then when you click on the link, it's a little different. Okay? So. Sorry, guys. I wanted to... Okay, let me just put my... Ketchup's almost gone. I wasn't too sure if it was going to make a cup and a half, but I'm trying to at least get it to make that 1 cup. Sorry, guys. That's why if you see a recipe and on the front of it, it just has a list of ingredients, and then on the bottom it says more, like you click more because it has more stuff to say. And then it has a link that it wants you to click on to see either more of the ingredients or to finish seeing the how to make it. Always click on that before you make it before you go to the store to buy the ingredients. In case something different like me. It said orange juice instead of pineapple juice, but that doesn't make a difference. But it did say ketchup, and if I would have known, I would have bought more ketchup. Said vinegar, which is okay because I had the rice vinegar. Oh, I finished it up. I just needed a tad more, but I had white vinegar as well. But the only thing I didn't have was not enough ketchup. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I got everything out I could. If I shake this, it could have used a squirt or two more to make exactly 1 cup. So it will not make a cup and a half. So hopefully it will not affect how it tastes. I mean, if there was a problem, I could always go to the store, buy some more ketchup, add it into the marinade and mush it around. Or add it just into the marinade when I heat it in the pan while the chicken's cooking. Okay? So let me put that in there, get it off. Okay, let's stir it up. Let's stir it up. Okay, I will not have to sear the chicken, like brown it a little bit on each side before I bake it because I already cut it up into pieces. Like I said at the beginning, you can cut it up whenever you want. You cut it up before you marinate it and marinate it in chunks. Especially if you need, it says marinate for 3 to 4 hours. But like, let's say you only had 2 hours. Cutting it up would be better because it marinates faster when it's cut up. Or you can cut it up after you marinate it and then bake it. Or you can just brown each side of the chicken breast, chicken thigh, chicken tender, whatever. Then bake it for 30 minutes and then cut it up. Cut it up after it's cooked. You can do that whichever way you want, okay? I'm afraid to taste it because I don't like strong vinegary taste. It could use more of a ketchupy flavor. Yes, it could. Okay, I'm going to do something that may seem weird when it comes to sweet and sour chicken. You will not see this ingredient in sweet and sour chicken. But I ran out of ketchup. It tastes okay. It's not terrible, but I think it's because I don't have enough ketchup and I have more of the vinegar and pineapple. And I'm going to use barbecue sauce. Now, I was going to use Sweet Baby Ray's because I have a brand new bottle in the cabinet, but we had some of this left in the refrigerator, so I want to finish it up. It's Texahula barbecue sauce, sweet and smoky. I love it. It goes with one of my recipes I make. Not a recipe I found online. One that they made in our grocery store, H-E-B, when they make recipes and then, give samples out. But this wasn't, usually their recipes they make in there, they have on these little index cards that they print them out on, and you can grab one of the index cards, take it home. And sometimes their ingredients are only found in that store. But this recipe was just made up, with Chinese noodles, lo mein. I couldn't think for it. Lo mein, chicken, not teriyaki chicken. Oh, you could use teriyaki chicken, but now I forgot. It's already seasoned and everything. When you make like pepper, I don't know, but the chicken, and then there's some red bell peppers and some green beans all mixed up in there with this. It's really good. Now the green beans, when I use green beans, it says to use fresh. What I do is buy the fresh green beans that is in that bag that you can steam it in the microwave. Steam it in the microwave so it's hot. And if they're really, really long, I cut them in half and then cut the bell peppers in strips and then cut them in half. So it's not a real long strip, but it's still a strip. And then you add the lo mein noodles in there near the end so they can cook. There's one pack of lo mein noodles that I find at my H-E-B store that you could just put in at the end. They cook in like a couple of minutes, so you can mix it with the stuff. But there's another one that comes in a box that you have to cook for 6 minutes in boiling water before you add it to your food. So it depends which kind you get, and it depends which one's in stock to me. But then after that, then you add I have 2 bottles of these when I make, because I usually double it. But you can put a little bit at a time and see how much you need. But if you don't live here in Texas where you can use any barbecue sauce, okay? Okay, so don't think it's me as weird, but I'm going to go ahead and pour this in there, okay? Because it's sweet and it's smoky, so it'll work. And ketchup and barbecue, because when I make the not hamburger helper, Sloppy Joe thing by Rachel Ray, it has barbecue sauce and ketchup in there, so. And I mix a little bit of barbecue sauce and ketchup together when I make meatloaf to spread on top before I bake it. And I make sure it has equal taste of, because I don't measure it, I just pour a little bit of barbecue, a little bit of ketchup. And I mix it up and then I take a brush and brush it over. But before I do that, I taste it, make sure they're like equal in taste, so. So I'm just there's not much in here. So I'm just gonna okay, so if anybody thinks that's a weird idea, it could be. But when you run out of ketchup, you come up with weird other ideas. I've already been in here almost an hour just prepping this sauce. It takes 10 minutes just to measure, but I was just talking to you guys and running my mouth, so. That's what took longer. So I didn't have time to, and I didn't have time to go on my computer, look up. If you ran out of ketchup, what can you use in place of ketchup, But luckily I cut the chicken up before I recorded, or that would have been longer. Okay, so it's all mixed up. Let's taste it again. It could use a little bit more barbecue sauce. Let's get this chair. This time it will be Sweet Baby Ray's, I know, because the other one's gone too. All right, just a squeeze. Okay, just a squeeze. Stir it up. I know. It may seem weird, but until you try it, you never know. And I wanted it to taste right and marinate right, so I would have had to stop the video, go run to the store, which I have to walk, and it's very, very hot outside, and it'll probably take another hour before. Okay, so let's see. A little better, and it tastes barbecue-y too, but it'll be okay. Just one tiny more squirt and then we're good. Not as much. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry I did that. It's a habit. But nobody else lives here but me and my husband. So. Okay. Okay, it'll work. It shall work. So I'm going to go ahead a gallon size. Yes, and it's easier to pick up the chicken instead of just picking up the pan. Plus it's got some juice on the bottom from the chicken thawing out some more chicken juices, which I tried to dry the chicken pieces off, but maybe I should have washed it, the chicken, and then dried it, then cut it. That might have been easier, but oh, and I could have also put the chicken pieces in a Ziploc bag and shake the salt and pepper on there instead, in the bag instead. I didn't think of that, but it's okay. Okay. Okay, that is all done. It's in the bag. Washing my hair. Okay. Getting another paper towel, because that one is. Gotta bring me a towel out here too, so I don't have to use up all the paper towels. So I have a hand towel out here. Okay. So it's all up in here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this. Well, let me do it this way. I want to make sure I don't spill it. Ooh, this is plenty. I was going to lay it flat down on its side like this, so everything can get marinated, but there's so much juice that me doing it this way, it covers it all up too. But if I lay it like all the way down, it might. No, I have it closed enough where it won't come out. Okay? Just had to move the chair out the way so I could get to the refrigerator. move some stuff around. I'm thinking of laying it on the plate. Okay. Alrighty. So it's about 1 o'clock, or if not, a few minutes after. That would be 5 or 6. 4 hours, I'll let it go till 6 because my husband doesn't get home till 7 or a little after, so. Chicken marinade in there, so that's all. Oh, let me show you guys what it looked like with the marinade. Okay, there it is. See, all the chicken with the marinade. Okay, so that's it. So yes, I will be back tonight. When I do edit my videos, they will be edited into one, so it'll be just one video. But yes, I'll be coming back tonight to show you the final making of this. And this is going to be a little bit, this might be like an hour and a half, an hour and 40-minute long video. I've made things that have supposedly supposed to take longer than this. But this one seems to be taking longer because I keep rambling on. So thank you if you have stuck this far. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you can continue to forward through some of the videos if you want to skip some of it. But yeah. All right. So here I am back. And I'm going to take the chicken out the refrigerator. And I'm going to get it put on the sheet pan. And, you know, put the marinade in the pan, and the rice is already getting started. So, all right. So let me get the chicken out the refrigerator. Here's the chicken. Ooh. Look at that. That's the chicken. Okay, guys. All right. So. I'm going to go ahead and put some oil on the pan. Okay, like I said earlier, the recipe has said 190 degrees Celsius, which is, to be exact, 374 degrees Fahrenheit. But I'm going to just make it even at 375. So, it is preheating right now. Okay? Preheating right now. Chicken open. And since it's a lot in there, I can't just pour it or all the juice will go on there. So what I'm going to do is, let me see. Okay, so, and I don't need to like brown the sides of the chicken because I already cut it up. One second, guys. I'm trying to find the right. Nope. Actually, I was going to use one of those stirring spoons that has the holes in it. Then I remembered I had this and I found this. So I'm thinking of scooping that in the bag and letting it drip out and then put the chicken on there, okay? So let me come over here with the plate. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? Okay, turning it around, bring it a little closer. Let me see. Yeah, it's actually better. Okay, let me see. Oops! Sorry guys, I tilted the bag. I don't know if you saw it in the video. But I was looking this way so I didn't notice it. Some of the juice started dripping out. Okay? Because I had the bag tilted. So can you see what I'm doing? Okay? So I'm going to put this in the bag. And when you look at it, it almost looks like it's cooked chicken, but it's not. Okay, I'm going to let it drip. Shaking it out. Get much of it out as I can. Okay, put the chicken in on the pan. Okay. Shake it. Let it drip out faster. Okay. Okay. See if I can get any more out. Okay, let's see. Bring this back over here. Y'all see that? Okay, I just needed to, because there was some pieces of chicken that is missing. I mean, that didn't come out. So I'm just using my hand to get it out. And this sauce is cold. Okay. Okay, so let me wash my hands. Okay. My dog barking. Okay. Alright. Guys, I dripped some of it on here. Okay. Alright, so, let me turn the water off. Alright, so I am spreading it out. There is a little bit of liquid on the sheet pan. That's okay. Okay, I'm spreading it out. Okay. Alrighty. It's a good amount of chicken. And once I get it in the oven, then I'm going to go ahead and start the rice. Because it says, like I said before, earlier, it said it takes about 30 minutes. And that's, I guess, if you don't cut up the chicken. But I cut it up even before I marinated it. So, It might take shorter than that. So I'm going to go ahead and check it at 15 minutes. Okay? All right, so let's rinse this plate. Okay, so just wipe up some of the juice. Or just a little bit of the sauce that's spilled. Okay? And I'm trying to think of whether, when the chicken's done, do I want to dump it back into the pan, this pan, because I'm going to put the sauce in there and cook it so it can reduce and get thick. Do I want to dump the chicken there to mix it up, or do I want to just take the sauce and scoop some over the chicken and rice? I'll see. I may just pour it over, okay? So I'm going to go ahead. Let me get out the pan for the rice. Alright, sorry guys. I dropped it. So this is the rice. Gonna put it in the back. Gonna move this pan. Get the rice. This is a little, let's see, dump it. It's 250 milliliters on this side, so you can't really see, it shows it, but up over here just says 3/4 right here, so the 1 cup is way up here. So this full thing is 1 cup. Cups. I'm gonna go with 2.5 cups. Okay, and then like if we somehow run out of rice or there's not enough for leftovers or something, then I can make more rice like tomorrow to go with my leftover chicken. Or make some more tonight. Like if we totally run out while we're eating dinner, then I can always cook like a cup more tonight so my husband can have some with the leftover chicken for work tomorrow. Something like that. Okay? So now, 2.5. So I'm going to put 5 cups of water since I double it. And some people say you're supposed to rinse the rice and wash it, but I never did. And I have not the idea. I've been doing the same thing since my kids were little, so. Okay. Then pour 1 more cup. Okay. Stir that. Okay, guys. So, sorry, I had to open the dishwasher to get out the measuring cup. Let me get the salt out. Okay. Take out a teaspoon. Hold on, guys. I had two of the measuring system. Okay, so got out a teaspoon. I'm gonna put. It usually says a teaspoon per cup of rice, so. Okay, so that's good. All right. Normally I used to just pour salt in and it came out perfect to my measurement. But lately in the past few months or a year, it's just not really coming out right. So just do it now. I used to just do salt. That's it. But now. And I used to put oil in the rice. That's how my mom used to do it, so I just did it that way. But now, it says you can put butter in there too, so I've been doing the butter instead of the oil. And it says a teaspoon of butter per cup too. So that would be 2.5. But since it's just butter, I'm just gonna do 3. Okay. All right. So I went ahead and put in the butter. Remember, got some butter on my finger. Okay. So now just gonna go ahead and take this and dump it in the pan. Okay, I'm gonna dump it in the pan. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken in the oven now. Oven went off a couple of minutes ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven. Okay, and I'm gonna turn the sauce on low. Actually, not low. I'm gonna turn it on to like 3. And if it starts to bubble up or get too warm too fast or whatever happens, then I will turn it down, but I turned it on 3. Usually I put it on 4 when it says simmer, like simmer the, oh, let me turn the rice on. Like simmer the rice after it's done boiling, I put it on 4. I put this on 3. Give it a little stir. I'm going to use a whisk. Okay. Use a whisk. You let it heat up. Okay. So it's going to be about 15 or 20 minutes before I check the chicken. Okay, and then after I come back and check the sauce in a minute, I will, if it starts bubbling, if it starts bubbling, then I will cover it so it doesn't splatter. But I got the lid for the rice, and I got the lid for the other pan in case the sauce starts bubbling. And okay, and I will be back when the rice is almost done and the chicken's almost done and everything's almost, when the chicken's almost done, like 5 minutes before it's ready to come out the oven, or if I check it after 15 minutes and it's done, then I'll come back on here. But if it's not done, I'll put it back in there and then, okay? So yeah, I will be back. But when you see this video uploaded to YouTube, it will be one video, so you won't see it go away, pause, and then me come back later. You'll just see it as one video. All right? So, as soon as the chicken's almost done, I'll be back. All right, so now I am back. The chicken is almost done. So let's check on it and let's see what's going on with the chicken. All right, so I got this. All right, let's take the chicken out. I took it out a little while ago. I think I checked it once, but let's see. Okay. Yes. I needed to check it because it wasn't. Okay, it tastes good. I think it's totally done, guys. I think it's totally done. All right. Sorry, I had somebody test it for me. Okay, so that's about done. Now the chicken, I've got the rice is done. The vegetables are in here. I had to bring the water to a boil. Then I put the vegetables in, and then I'm bringing it back to a boil because, you know, the boil kind of went down when I froze the vegetables in there. So it's about to boil again. It said 5 to 7 minutes on simmer. Okay. So the sauce, let's see. I'm going to bring it down to 3. I brought it back up to 4, then 5 because it wasn't. And I want to get it thick. It's pretty thin. It's pretty thin. So what I'm going to do is, I looked up how to thicken the sauce. And it said make a cornstarch mixture. It didn't say the amount. It said equal parts. So I did 2 tablespoons. It did say equal parts, so I did do 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour that in there slowly. It said try to pour it in while you're stirring it while it's boiling, so I'm slowly mixing it in. Okay, get the rest of it. Okay. And I can feel it thickening up already. So I'll give it another couple of minutes and then I'll turn it off. Okay, the chicken's done. Turn the oven off. Okay, the rice is done and good to go. It says drizzle the sauce. You can see what I'm doing. Let me see. See the sauce? It says drizzle the sauce over the chicken. I may just take a spoonful and drizzle a little bit over it and mix it up. But main sauce, if you want more of it on there, so just drizzle it over the chicken and more over the chicken and rice. Okay? Oh. See, I think my phone will beep when it's done. Okay? I turned it down to simmer because it started boiling. It probably was already boiling for a minute or two. Okay? And then I'll just drain the vegetables and put some salt and butter. And then everything will be good to go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead rinse the tablespoon. Let's taste this sauce. Now be very careful because it's hot. Okay, it's pretty good. I'm going to bring it over here. Okay, see guys, see the sauce? See that sauce? Okay, just going to sprinkle a little bit on some of the chicken. Okay, if you want more, you can put it over the rice and you know, if we did this and it wasn't enough sauce, then I can always make more sauce. I'd have to get more pineapple juice, but and ketchup, but then I could heat it and so it gets thickened, you know. So I'm gonna taste some of it with the sauce on it. Oh, I forgot to put some of the pineapples in there. I still have it on. Okay, there's more pineapples. Next time I'm just going to use 1 can for the pineapple chunks and I'm going to get regular pineapple juice. Okay? So put some pineapple chunks in there. Let the pineapple chunks warm up. And I said I was going to do bell peppers. I'm still there. Have you ever had sweet and sour chicken with pineapple chunks and bell pepper pieces? Like when they bring it from the Chinese restaurant? Not really.
Here and there.
I was going to do the bell peppers, but I changed my mind, people.
You did do the bell peppers.
But I did put some pineapple chunks in there to warm up. Okay? So even though I'm recording, I think my phone should still go off. Because I did... Okay, guys. I did go ahead and make 3 videos. I did show you how I put the chicken in the oven after marinated and all that, and then I said I'd come back when the chicken was done. I did that and showed you the sauce, and I sprinkled some on the chicken and did that. My timer went off, and I didn't realize that if I clicked off the timer that it was going to mess up my video. So it did. So if you see kind of a like, you might see a lapse between, like, it'll be one whole video, because now it'll be 4 videos. But it'll turn into one whole video, but, you know, and you probably can always tell where the, where it went from one video to the next. You probably can tell that because I'm not good at editing it into one smooth. But you'll really be able to tell the last, it'll probably be 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, but not even that. But you'll be able to see where it went off on my alarm. I don't know if you can hear the alarm through the video, but so I started the video, the 4th video, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and plate it and show you what it looks like, okay? Oh, sorry, I jumped. With the lid on, some of the water was flattened. Okay? So let me taste the green bean. I want to make sure the vegetables are hot all the way through. Okay, the vegetable was hot all the way through. It's just tasteless because I ain't got no butter or salt yet. Okay. So, that's good. This pan is not as hot as it was, so I'm going to move it over. Kind of. Move this clean pan because I need to put the strainer. I used to have a little red one, which I gotta buy that again when I get some money. Just for small stuff like vegetables and stuff. Okay? Alrighty. So that's that. Mixed vegetables. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Okay, get the butter. Oh, I forgot to turn off the sauce. So I was trying to warm up the pineapple. Okay, so the butter, now let me get the salt. Put some salt in it and then okay. Okay, that was good. So, you know, and I've already tasted this. Perfect. So let me get a plate. I'm going to plate it and show you what it looks like. Okay? Okay, so just stir up some of this sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna put some. I usually would do it right in the middle of the plate when I'm topping it, but you know, just put some rice in the middle and everything. When I did my pan fried chicken, I did that. Then I realized that if I'm making a vegetable to go with it, I need to scoot it over. So I can put the vegetable next to it. It looks better in the middle, but this pan keeps sliding in the back burner. Okay. So this will be my plate. My husband's not quite home yet. Okay? Okay? Let me get another spoon. Okay, so put some chicken on top of there. Okay. All right. And I'm not eating off the spoon, so what I scoop with the scoop the chicken up with, I can use the sauce too. Get some pineapple pieces here. If you don't like pineapple, don't put it in there, or you can put it in there, but just don't put it on your plate. So you already got the pineapple juice flavor, so you don't have to worry about the flavor of the pineapple. Okay. So, I think I got enough there. That on there. Okay, see? Alright, now let me add some mixed vegetables to the side. Usually I put the chicken right down the middle. Okay. So, let me hold the plate. Let me do it as my, what do you call it? Thumbnail. Okay. So, as you see, let me turn the phone around so you can see a little better. Okay, it's the mixed vegetables, and then you got the rice with the chicken and the sweet and sour sauce on top. Okay? Alrighty, so that's all there is. Yes, this is about almost 10 minutes, so 8 minutes, so 4 videos. The first one is about just a few minutes after an hour because I talked too much. I was trying to show you the sauce and explain about the ingredients being different on the front page than it is the link and stuff like that. Okay? Second video, I was just putting the chicken in the oven and getting the sauce started, and then I came back to show you the chicken. The video stopped on me because of the timer, so I had to do this 4th video. So it might be an hour and 45 minutes or a little more. So I've never made a video this long. This will be the first, so just while you're watching it, just skip through some parts if you need to be. Okay, just skip through some parts. Okay? And I will mention that in the comments since I'm saying this near the end. I'll mention it in the comments, just skip through some parts. Okay? So once again, it's sweet and sour chicken. You can check my Facebook Cooks. It's called Facebook Cooks. It's in there. And remember, the beginning of the video I explained about the ingredients because some of the ingredients are not listed on the right. Like when you find it, like right there, you have to click on the link to find a few more ingredients. And like I said, it says sugar, but they mean brown sugar. In the front it says brown sugar, and it says vinegar. You can use white vinegar or rice vinegar. Okay, and it added the ketchup that wasn't on the front. So, alrighty. So just, if you don't follow the amount on there and you want to make more chicken, just base the rest of it according to it. Or if you want to if you want to make what the recipe says, but you want to double the sauce because you want extra sauce, you can do that as well, okay? Alright, and if you want some pineapple chunks, one regular can of pineapple chunks should be enough for the chunks. Just buy some extra pineapple juice, which I didn't do. But just buy some extra pineapple juice. Because I had to open too many cans and now I got pineapple chunks. But, yeah, just buy a bottle of pineapple juice or the 6-pack can or whatever, okay? Alright, and I'm going to end this way. I end all my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're not following this video, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, please subscribe. Check off the all so you can get notified of all cooking videos that I upload. Please like and share. Share me with your friends and family. Get them to watch. I need at least 50 subscribers so I can go live on here instead of just uploading videos. I can go live sometimes and do my cooking videos live sometimes. So please help me get 50 subscribers. I want thousands and thousands, but right now, my first goal is 50 subscribers. Please help me. I've been doing this for 6 months. Please help me get at least 50. And then we'll go from there. Alright? I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you guys. Stay positive, and I'll see you in the next cooking video. Bye!